I'm ready, steady, spaghetti, magetti.
So back where we come from, in the 90s.
I was going to say, where do we come from? I'm confused now.
We come from the 90s. There were rules back then that everyone knew. Come home before the lights come on.
Street lights, you mean?
Yeah, yes.
You want to clarify which
Get home
lights?
before the street lights come on, eat your veggies, probably, I don't know, stuff like that. I don't remember. It's been too long. Anyway, the important rules. Don't
You're
talk
only
to
alive
strangers.
for 4 years of the 90s. Calm down.
Don't talk to strangers. And don't talk to anyone on the internet.
Yes.
That was important. Everyone knew that. That never bothered me. Never bothered me. I still follow those rules to this day. Because
you were scared of talking to people on the
I'm
internet.
scared of people on the internet. Yes, I am. It never bothered me though. Like I never felt like I was missing out on anything. I was always a Nintendo player, and Nintendo's all about I mostly played like the single player Zeldas, Mario's, nothing social. Gaming wasn't social for me. Never has been. And that was
Other than
fine.
your family.
I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything. Yeah, other than family. Local. When family at home or friends come over to play, that was the only time gaming was social for me. So when Nintendo announced their new feature, online chat, I was like, but that's my safe place. My family-friendly Nintendo is inviting strangers into my house.
It's not allowed.
How dare they? That was my
People
initial.
on the internet are scary.
That was my initial reaction. Is I am scared of people on the internet. I have a very.
And yet here we are.
I have a very minimal internet presence. He says as he records videos.
That's what I'm saying. And yes, here we are.
Here we are, being hello internet. Here we are. I'm scared of you. Please don't be scared of me.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
Yes. So yeah, my initial reaction. But it's been a month since they've announced that. I've had time to think about it.
Has it really?
Yeah, I think it's been almost a month.
Holy dooly, where did the month go? Anyways.
Yeah. So I've had time. I've had time to think, and I thought about times when it would have been nice to communicate with the people I was playing with.
Like any time you tried to play a team game with randoms on the internet and have no idea what your team's doing?
Yeah. Like Splatoon for me was the first like team-based game that I can remember playing, and there was a minimal communication. You could do your emotes, say hello. I don't even know if you could say hello. You could say help.
Did
help.
they just jump around and wave or something?
Yeah, you just jump around, and there was one player I remember, and our schedule seemed to line up. Like I'd come home from work, and you still had a couple hours before you finished. A couple hours after me, so I'd have a couple hours spare. We didn't have kids at the time, and I'd play Salmon Run every afternoon. And there was another player. Schedule must have lined up because they were always on the same time, unless maybe they're just on all the time.
They just never turned it off.
So every afternoon,
they lived in a basement, and that was that.
Every afternoon for 2 hours, me and this other player would play Salmon Run, and I was like, it would have been nice to...
I was going to say, and now you're thinking, well, it would have been nice to actually know who
nice
that person was.
We could have been friends.
Friends. No.
And now, I'll never find them again. Yeah, and like maybe that would have been nice. And
missed opportunity, hey?
Yeah, and I have played other team shooter games on PC, and I have a mic on PC, and every time you log in,
Fortnite, and it's like, let's just mute this instantly.
Yeah, you log in and you get the 12-year-old. Do you have a mic? And it's like, mute. I don't want to talk to you. You're scary.
12-year-old child, and you're terrified.
Are you really a 12-year-old child, or are you someone out there trying to steal my identity? Please don't talk to me. Mute instant. I don't know why. That fear has been ingrained in me since don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, but I never registered that I had the same, thoughts around it as well. Until you mentioned that hang on, we're grown adults. And I went,
Yes, I had
actually, I avoid this too.
I had a friend at work, and she was going away over New Year's a few years ago, and she said she was flying to the other side of the country to meet up with her friends that she plays games with, and I'm like, isn't that like scary and dangerous? And she said to me, "You're a full-grown adult.
Why are you scared?
What's your problem?"
What's wrong with it being?
And that sort of clicked in my head, like, oh yeah, I am. But
when did that happen?
I was still scared. I was still nervous until Nintendo said, "Hey, it's safe now." And because I'm a Nintendo fanboy and I'll agree to anything they say, I'm like, okay, Nintendo says it's safe. It must be safe.
Have they said it's safe, or are they saying talk to your friends, don't talk to strangers?
I'm still scared. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it. Is it going to be you can only
Random
talk
link
to
up with
people on your
randoms.
friends list? Is it going to be people in your party? Like in Splatoon, can you talk to the rest of your team? Or is it only people in your party? I'm interested to find out. And I'd like
So
to...
they haven't announced that yet?
Oh, they
No.
probably have. I don't know.
Well, I didn't see anything about it, but
They haven't confirmed that you can only talk to friends.
yeah, true. Not that I've seen anyway.
Yeah, but they could be like a in-game proximity if they do like a big online like MMO type game. If you walk past other players that are having a conversation, you might
hear their conversation.
Yeah, is that something they're gonna do? That would be
Is
cool.
that a thing? That sounds cool, but like
Like
also,
imagine
scary.
if they do another Animal Crossing. I just
I visit someone's island and I
I'll
can
visit
actually talk
someone's
to them.
island,
That'd
and
be cool.
as you walk around the island, you can talk to people that are in your proximity. That would,
That'd actually be pretty cool.
I played the turnip market hard. I have millions of bells that I refuse to give to Tom Nook. They are mine, and he is not getting them. And yeah, I used to fly to people's islands for good turnip deals. I was like, I'd like to say hello and thank you, and
I used to have to check the turnip market before you went to work.
yes.
No, after you went to work, I mean, every morning before I went to work. Check my turnips.
I didn't have time. I was going to work at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Check
I
the
didn't have
turnip
time.
market. Buy turnips if they're under this price.
Yes. No, I could buy them on Sundays, but I
No,
couldn't
sell them.
sell. I couldn't
You'd
sell.
give me a price point, and if it was good enough, I'd have to sell all your turnips.
Sell all it, and that would be a long, arduous task. I'd have rooms dedicated to turnips, just full inventories full of turnips. And yeah, I would have liked to say thank you to the people that I was.
You did. You left them bells.
Oh yeah, I left them a good 500,000 bells, and that was
That was your
nothing
thank you.
compared to what I was bringing home. But yeah, I would have, it would have been nice to actually.
Oh, if only we could do that with turnips in real life. I mean, where would we get all the turnips? But
I don't know if we have turnips in Australia. Is that a thing? Probably.
I'm pretty sure I've grown turnips before.
I'm a gardener. How do I not know? Yeah, but yeah, I've just been thinking, all these times in the last few years where it would have been nice to, and now we're gonna have the chance to, and that's kind of exciting.
Just depends how they do it.
I'm curious to see how they do it. But there's one other side of the story. I don't know, one other way we have to look at this. Another perspective. I'm
That's the
gonna
word you're looking for.
take off my gamer hat and put on my parent hat.
Uh-oh.
If the Switch 2 hangs around as long as the Switch did, we had the Switch for 8 years.
Can we really?
Yes, we've had the Switch for 8 years. We are going to have a 9-year-old
How long have
and
we
a
been married?
12-year-old.
What? I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
Why do you think this far ahead? No,
Yeah.
they're babies. Leave
What
me
do
alone.
How do we deal with this? Are they going to be talking to random strangers on the internet?
Yeah, that's exactly what our parents put in our heads. Don't do it because.
Yes.
But
But they didn't know. We have time to
the thing is,
try it.
we follow it and do it with them. So we would be the only time they'd be talking to people would probably be with them, playing things. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? We're kind of it's something we are involved in and do as a family anyway.
Yeah. But by the time she's 12,
Yeah, true. She's not gonna want a parent. is
She's
she?
not gonna need us looking over her shoulder every time she plays.
Damn it, she's not gonna need our help anymore.
No.
Now
Yeah.
I kind of want to watch her play My Little Pony for a bit.
So I need to
As
get
much as
over
that
my
drives me
fear
mad.
of talking to people online, so I can test it out and see what sort of parental controls Nintendo's put on it, so that I know how much I can trust the kids with it when they're old enough to use it.
I don't like thinking that far in the future. That makes me sad. But yes, that's a true point.
Like we're going to use this feature over the next 43
years.
43. We're going to use this feature over the
43
next
years
few
and we're only going to have a
We're gonna
12-year-old now.
know-
That's concerning.
We're going to know how it works, whereas our parents, the internet was new
New and scary.
and scary, so they just blanket stated don't
Don't
use it. Do not do it. It's dangerous out there. So we're going to be more, I think we have
We've got more education. We're
more of a benefit.
Not education, but yeah. We've got more understanding.
There's a
than they do.
benefit with this generation. It's gamers raising gamers.
Yeah.
So we understand what they're doing. So when they say, I can't pause it, it's online, we're not going to say,
Get out here and get to dinner.
hey, dinner's ready, get out of the table. We can say, finish this match, or after the cutscene, you can pause the game. You know, we understand that because we were them, whereas our parents didn't have that.
Or you could just be like me, who still does it to you and says, I don't care if you can't pause it, I need help. Please turn it off.
Yeah, you do that.
I have done that. I have been known to do that. I am one of those people.
You are one of those people.
I don't do it much anymore, and I've learned.
Yeah.
I don't think I really knew that you couldn't pause things because I didn't do the whole online thing like you, growing up even. So I had to learn that too.
No, I didn't do much online, but you can't pause in the middle of a Pokemon battle.
Yeah, well, true. I didn't play games like that, I guess.
But the Pokemon battle waits your turn, so
it took
you
me a while to
kinda
learn that.
can wait till the next save point. You can't. Not every game you can just save wherever you are.
Yeah,
you gotta
true.
get to the next save station.
True.
But yeah, so we're gonna understand that when they're going through it, and we're gonna hopefully be brave
able
enough
to.
to try this new chat feature and see what sort of controls, how it works, how many strangers Nintendo lets in our house.
So we can direct them when they're old enough.
Yeah, and I'll try out
If they
the.
want to.
I'll try out. There's a parental app.
I mean, I'm pretty sure our older one is gonna be into it.
Yeah, she's not showing as much interest as I would have liked, but she is only 4.
She does love watching you play Minecraft and stuff, and I mean, she loves her little games that she's got, so
Yeah.
there's potential.
Yes, I will never go easy in Mario Kart. She needs to.
She's
earn-
figuring that
she
out.
needs to earn a win.
She's getting there.
Yeah, she will one day. But it is not this day.
She keeps asking me to play it when you're not home, and half the time it's when I've got another child asleep on me and can't set it all up, and I'm like, can you just wait for a minute? And then she gets distracted and plays something else, so we don't end up playing it. And then by the time bedtime comes around, she screams because she hasn't played it.
Yes, she's she's like that. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, that's yeah, that makes me realize how fast time's going.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah,
yeah. 2016.
I can't believe. Did we really have the Switch for 8 years?
Yeah, it was early 2017, I think. Because we got married end of 16, and then it come out
Yeah, that's true.
early 17, and
Yep.
it's now almost mid 25.
Gosh.
So yeah, 8. I think if I'm mathing correctly, I think 8 years. So if they have another 8-year long generation, we're gonna have a 12-year-old playing Switch 2 and using the chat feature, and we need to keep tabs on that.
Yeah. Now I understand.
That's all I've got to say. Probably I'll stop
stop
the recording
recording
and then be
we'll
like,
think
oh,
of a
I
million
should have said
things."
this and I should have said that, but
I
oh
feel
well.
like there was something I was going to say, but I've lost that train of thought. And now I don't remember.
You thought train got derailed.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
A
Parenthood does that to you
lot. Yep.
and me. Parenthood does that to everybody.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to do this more often, but children make that difficult.
I feel like all we
And-
do is say that a lot.
Yeah, we've made lots of promises on this channel. We'll do this every week, and
No,
we'll
I mean
be
about
back
the
when
children
we
making
can.
it difficult.
Ah, yes.
I feel like that gets mentioned a lot.
Yes, I'm sorry, children. I love you. Please,
Yes.
if you're listening
love
to
our
this, which you
babies.
are, you're the only people who do.
We love our babies very much.
We do.
Well, thank you, internet people, if you were listening to us ramble and share our thoughts.
Hmm.
I wonder if anyone else, there'd be lots of people, I guess, that think like that, and that were brought up with the whole internet scary and don't talk to strangers and stuff.
All the 90s kids that were scared.
like-
Yeah.
I wonder, what other people think of it now.
Yeah,
Makes me
well,
wonder.
times have changed, and I never changed with them. It was sort of a sudden change in the last. Not even. I still haven't changed.
You have a little bit. But
I'm more open
I was going to say,
to
you're more open to things like that.
more open to the internet now.
I mean,
But-
you started this, which is something you talked about doing for how many years before you actually became comfortable with the
a
internet?
very, very long time.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
I'm watching the waveform on the
Ah.
recording software. And also, we've been going for 22 minutes.
Fair enough.
Oh no, we rambled for 5 before we actually started talking
now
about
we're
anything
rambling now,
important.
so, you
yeah,
know.
we're rambling again. I'll probably cut it back when I said, okay, that's my thoughts on that, thanks, bye.
Could probably go slightly longer than that.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Which button makes this stop? Is it the same one that makes it start? Or is it different? Are we still going?
Yeah.
Stop.
You haven't pressed the stop button yet.
Which one stop?